Here we are making our way to the baptismal site in Israel, and to the right of that on the wall are various translations of Mark's account of the baptism of Jesus. And the only PI translation of Mark 1 verses 9 to 11 that I managed to find was in Xtian. As you walk through the entrance, it opens up to this huge souvenir shop where you can hire towels and gowns if you're planning on getting into the Jordan River. And you can see just how commercialized some of these sites have become, which for me kind of detracted some of the experience. But it was never going to be enough to deter Dad from getting into the Jordan River and to be present in the place where Jesus was baptized by his cousin, John the Baptist.
So everyone's doing baptism, or just everyone buying towels?
This is the baptism gown and towel line.
If you buy a towel, you get it.
Right, $10.
I'm making my way down to the Jordan River now, just to give you guys a close-up view of it, and I must say I found it a very inspiring, peaceful place to visit. This is one of two baptismal sites in all of Israel, and the other sites are of course on the other side of the Jordan River in Jordan, but this one in particular is located south of the Sea of Galilee.
I saw the Spirit come down like a dove from heaven and stay on him. I still did not know that he was the one, but God, who sent me to baptize with water, had said to me, "You will see the Spirit come down and stay on a man. He is the one who baptizes with the Holy Spirit. I have seen it, and I tell you that he is the Son of God."
That's Dad getting ready to swim in the River Jordan. Our group was fortunate enough to have our own private baptismal site on the Jordan River, away from the prying eyes of the general public area, which I guess made it a more private and intimate experience for those who were getting baptized from the group. And I remember along the way, Dad and I kind of lost the group for a minute, but we eventually tracked them down.
Where's Isaac? Isaac should know which way they went.
One of the pastors on the tour, Pastor Jim, was Dad's good friend during our stay in Israel, and he asked if Dad and I could assist him in baptizing his wife in the Jordan River, to which we humbly obliged, but he also asked if Dad could baptize him too, as well as 3 other people from the group, which made this occasion an even more momentous and memorable moment for Dad. You'll soon hear Pastor Jim confirming details of the baptism.
We're gonna be those 2 guys.
Yep, yeah, that's no problem.
And we're gonna baptize these 3 ladies. Okay. So far.
Okay.
That's what I know.
And if someone,
And at the end,
kind of stand right at the edge
you
of the
2 are
railing
gonna
and help
get to
out.
baptize me. I get to have you baptized. However that works.
I can do
And don't
They
worry,
will
the
catch
catfish,
you
there are no catfish.
on from the other side.
Yes.
But it's
Yes.
just
Just like this.
It was at this point where one of the men from the group commented on Dad's bright orange Eli shirt and his bright green ear lava lava, and he said to him, "I don't think Jesus wore bright colours when he got baptized," and Dad funnily responded saying, "You're supposed to come out white, not go in white," and that silenced him straight away. Sadly, while I was in the water assisting Dad and Pastor Jim, I couldn't capture any footage of the baptisms. But after Dad baptised Pastor Jim and the 3 ladies, he turned to me and said, "Son, come next to me." And it was at that point that I realised what he was about to do, and I hadn't contemplated it or thought about it, and to be honest, I was more concerned with filling my bottles of water to take back home. But in that particular moment, standing with Dad in the Jordan River, it just felt right, and Dad proceeded with the declaration, and the rest is history. That's something I'll take away with me for the rest of my life.
Just walking back from River Jordan. Dad baptized me in the River Jordan. So, yeah, lost for words, I think. Yeah. And Dad baptized 2 or 3 other people in the River Jordan today. Yeah. See ya.
You could probably tell by the way that Dad's walking that we just wanted to get out of the sun and under the shade. But I guess that's the price we paid for having our own private baptism site, was that it was a good walk from the changing rooms, and this day in particular was quite hot. I swear we were probably pretty close to being dry by the time we got back. We're just on the outskirts of Jerusalem as we make our way up this hill, which is probably the steepest walk on tour, to the hill of the Church of Visitation and the Church of St. John the Baptist. And along the way up the hill we passed Mary's Spring, or the Fountain of the Virgin, where tradition has it was the place Mary drank from before ascending the hill to visit her cousin Elizabeth. This is the same hill that has me running out of breath on camera, and Dad opted to sit this one out, and rightly so, instead choosing to have a beer with a couple of others from the group who gave this hike a miss. So we're looking at the Church of Visitation now, which honours the visit that Mary pays her cousin Elizabeth and husband Zachariah, parents of John the Baptist. So it's here where Mary recites her song of praise that Luke refers to in his Gospel in chapter 1 verses 39 to 56, and to my right here on the walls are plaques of that very hymn translated in various languages, but sadly I didn't spot a Samoan translation of one of the most ancient and revered Marian hymns. So inside the church are a couple of significant finds. One is a well, which validates that the house on this hill belonged to someone important, either a priest or high priest, which fits the description of someone like Zacharias. And the second find is the rock of concealment, which by tradition is the stone or rock where Elizabeth and baby John the Baptist hid from Herod's soldiers during the massacre of innocents in nearby Bethlehem, which we all know is when Herod ordered the execution of all young male boys to avoid the birth of a newborn king. I'll leave you with a talk that we got from our tour guide Michael Skeets while we were in the Church of Visitation, and that'll end this episode of Samoa Pilgrims.
Let's talk a little bit about these men over here. Alright, who knows? You probably know what was his job. What did he do? He was a priest. He was a high priest. So Zachariah has his job, his work in the temple now. And here his son is born. And by the tradition, the Jewish tradition, being a high priest, this is a very, very, very prestigious work. I mean, this is one of the highest points you can get in your life. If you are, because it's by the tradition, it's a heritage. It comes from son to father, from son to father. So the next one should be John. He's waiting for John to be part of the heritage, to come and join him in the temple. John decides not to be part of or to be a priest in the temple. So actually he's very disappointed. And he started this movement that later on would be the gathering place of all those new Jews. Remember we were talking about them? So the people from Nazareth, and the people who were from Capernaum, and the people from Jerusalem, and some of the people would come from Mount Zion itself. So this is a very breaking point of Zachariah. He really wanted, he even didn't believe he's going to have John as a son. Remember? He didn't believe it. So he was punished. So this is it's kind of a tragic moment. It really, and then he meets, who he meets? He meets his cousin talking. Jesus Christ. There are two interesting things in this place. First of all, this stone is, by the tradition, I believe, the stone where Isabel, she hired her son John when he was born. Okay? We don't know if it's right here or the stone was right here, but this is a traditional stone. Now, another thing is this well there. This spring that goes all the way down to a very, very, very ancient time. We're talking about a couple of thousand years. This should be a very highly, it should be or a priest house or a high priest house. It's a noble house. Okay? So we have the stone, and we have the well, and we have the beautiful story of Zacharias and John the Baptist. Okay, any questions you want to ask me? So let's walk to the other church. John.
This is where tradition is John the Baptist was born.